I had like braces and stuff.
No, that's not true. Priscilla,
Really?
that's not true.
I had glasses throughout my young age.
Wow.
I was wearing glasses.
So you were froggy for eyes.
Exactly. A lot of people still call me for eyes.
So how did you deal with the bullies?
They didn't really bully me that much because I was I looked very, very fragile.
Wow.
And a lot of people did not, condone any kind of bullying when it comes to me. I had some very big boys that used to, I had like bouncers and stuff.
Wow.
In my class, I used to always have people that want to protect me. So yeah, the bullies were even scared of me.
Okay, so talking about the weather and how the whole Harmattan has been, how has it been for you?
Well,
Because I keep getting a cold every day.
Well, honestly, I wake up every day with a sore throat. Then I drink a cup of hot tea and then I'm fine. So it's
Okay.
become like a tradition now. Like that's just how it is. And then sometimes I wake up and I have catarrh or something. I'm like, by the middle of the day I'll be fine. That's just what I do. Like it's like the flu is normal as far as I'm concerned. We're just living the
Okay,
life.
so what about people who are going to work, like with regards to their makeup and the cream they apply on their bodies and everything? It's Harmattan now, and then you're wondering, okay, so what kind of makeup should I rock to work? What kind of outfit should I wear to work?
Exactly.
And so what can you give, like,
Well,
tips?
personally, first off, when it comes to outfits, it's a cold morning. You can't wear anything that is not going to cover you.
Right.
So if you decide that, okay, yes, I want to wear something very simple and easy and I want to play around during the day, then maybe just throw on a jacket in the morning, then you'll be fine. Maybe when it gets, hotter, you can take off your jacket. Then when it comes to makeup,
Just like the way you're dressed.
yeah, exactly. When it comes to makeup, honestly, if you're going to work, then just be simple. But if you have a big event or anything, then make sure you slay as much as you can.
But then if it's just work, I think easy does it.
Just easy does it. And then comes to skin, the truth is, Harmattan takes a toll on your skin. Me, for instance, I get darker. And I try a lot, do a lot of things from exfoliating to, moisturizing and all. But it doesn't really do that much to help. But whenever it's the rainy season, I get my complexion back. Even when it's, the hot season, I'm perfectly fine. But Harmattan and my skin don't match. But there are some people that have their best skin during Harmattan.
Of course, talking about people who slay during Harmattan, have you seen these slay queens on Instagram? Richard Dominic was saying something about them.
Yeah, Richard Dominic was saying that generally a lot of people feel like if you're not balling and spending so much money on Instagram, showing off everything, they are not rich. And she said it's a poverty mentality. And there's a difference between living a good life and balling. You can just be spending all your money on going out and all. You're not really living a good life. You're not healthy. You're not happy. But when you're living a good life, it comes from inside. You have peace of mind, rest of mind. You can afford whatever it is that you want. You don't need to show off on Instagram. And it has become a trend now. Everybody's showing off. If you don't show off on your page, if they don't see some Balenciaga or
Balenciaga
stuff,
gang,
you're not up to you're not up to date. You're not and truth is, it puts pressure on a lot of people. Honestly.
Yeah, even Stella Damasus had something to say just yesterday. I was reading her tweet on Twitter, and then she was like, you don't have to keep wearing all those skimpy stuff, showing your cleavage, your curves and everything, just so you can appear sexy. You can actually rock your sweatpants, your trousers, or even your sweatshirts, and then still look sexy in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I honestly feel like social media has become so crazy. A lot of people don't even wear the clothes they wear on a normal. It's not what they wear when they post on social media. They just dress up, post on social media, and then when you see them on the road, they are normal and all. It's actually funny that it's different from just posting on social media. And generally, don't believe everything you see.
Social media is the fakest place you can ever be.
Exactly.
It's so fake. The life people live on there.
It's crazy.
And some people let it get to them, and then you see they are depressed, they are suicidal, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
The truth is, I feel like if you want to take a lesson from social media, then maybe learn how to do your makeup better, learn how to do your fashion better,
learn how to grow yourself,
but not putting pressure on yourself
because of people's way of living, their lifestyle
standard. That just takes away the whole essence of life and everything, because it's like you're living your life for other people. You're trying to get to that place. You can have dreams,
and it's like you need people's validity or validation or something.
And so many people are living on people's validation. They don't have so much. They're not really doing so much. They're just doing things people will see and be like, something
people will praise them.
Exactly.
Like, wow, right.
But life shouldn't be like that. Life shouldn't be like that. It should be more about the things that make you happy, and the things that you do that you're passionate about, and the things that actually make you feel like you're achieving something. You get, and that's what life should be about. Yeah.
Okay, so Lassa fever has actually hit Lagos State. Lagos State recorded its first case, and the government urges calm as Lassa fever hits Lagos State. Lagos State has recorded a case of the Lassa hemorrhagic fever, which has been reported to be raging in over 19 states in the country. Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, who disclosed this yesterday, confirmed that the patient is currently in isolation at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH. Abayomi, while noting that the situation is under control, called on residents to be calm and not panic, assuring that state government, in active collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, is doing everything possible to control the spread of the disease in Lagos State. My point now is, so if Lagos State has Lassa fever already, you can imagine how overpopulated Lagos State is.
I know, right? Lagos is so populated. There's so many people in Lagos. I can imagine
everybody's living the Lagos dream. Like, I want to go to Lagos. Something is happening in Lagos. I must make my money in Lagos.
People literally fly in and out of Lagos every second. So I can imagine if there's an outbreak, it will spread to the whole of Nigeria.
Honestly. Of course, Lassa fever in Lagos State, no. I think from the government is actually doing something to curb it.
Well, I hope there's a way this whole thing will be worked out, because the whole idea of Lassa fever scares me.
It's scary. It's scary. If the world is still talking about coronavirus and we're battling Lassa fever, and it has gone to a state that is very populated. Millions of people live in Lagos.
Exactly. And the thing is, Lagos is all sorts of people live in Lagos, from businessmen to entertainers and stuff. Imagine if there's an outbreak, a lot will happen. It will affect Nigeria.
No matter, even if you are the elite class, you don't think you cannot contract it though.
Exactly. It's crazy. So yes, I hope a lot of people are more conscious about Lassa fever and how to protect themselves and stuff.
Because I know the Federal Ministry of Health have been putting in work to create sensitization awareness with regards to how you can prevent this Lassa fever and everything. So
exactly. Well, yes, everybody should just, make sure all hands are on deck. We can't have an outbreak of Lassa fever. We just need to make sure that we're doing things right, and we're conscious. Consciousness is very, very important.
Of course, consciousness is indeed important, and our health is paramount.
Yes.
It's not something you just maybe throw it down or throw little light on it or something. You don't do that. And now, the Bayelsa State is still in the news. You'd recall that David Lyon was asked to step down, and then the former Senator Diri was asked to come on board. And now, Bayelsa State House of Assembly Speaker steps down following the installation of Doye Diri as the duly elected governor of Bayelsa State. So the House of Assembly Speaker has actually stepped down now. So my point now is, this whole politics, this whole thing happening, although reports confirms that the Speaker of the State House of Assembly on Monday, Bubo Opolo, has given way for a newly appointed person to take over, it could be recalled that Senator Duoye Diri was recently issued a certificate of return as the newly enthroned governor of Bayelsa after the Supreme Court sacked David Lyon a few hours to his swearing in. Wow, so much
politics. I'm always overwhelmed when it comes to politics. I'm always, especially right now.
You'd recall yesterday we still mentioned this whole Bayelsa State thing.
And we're not even done with the whole Imo State drama. There's still so much going on.
And then there's Bayelsa State. Then we have Zamfara. And then I was hearing in the news yesterday, Kano is going again. Another thing happening with Kano. And I'm like, okay, so when are we going? When is all of this going to end? I really don't know. And now a new speaker has stepped in, and I'm wondering. So since the old speaker had to just say, I'm leaving the seat because the Duoye Diri is there now. Now the new speaker is there. So what are the prospects now? What are we to expect from the State House of Assembly? Because as much as I'm aware and I'm concerned now, as it is now, Bayelsa State, the new governor is trying so hard to create stability, to create reconciliation, because APC is indeed not cool with what happened, and now so he's trying to set a balance. Okay, so let us see how we can work together. Let there be a synergy. And now the speaker has left, so
I feel like there's always all of this politics, and it's not really about the people anymore. Because if you think about it, it should be more about what's best for the people and what's going to move the state forward. But now it's just about politics and who gets into power and all of that. The drama is so much, and every day we keep seeing new things. I just feel like generally, I feel like more has to be done. I think the people need to take a stand as well. If we voted somebody in and the person won the elections, then that person should rule. Why do we always have this whole thing
with the Supreme Court
and everything?
Well, I think we cannot overemphasize everything. So we'll have to check out what's happening in our headline news, right?
Yeah. So let's get to the headline news.
So much happening in the politics.
Exactly. Politics is definitely the game of, what did you call it? It's a game. Let's just stick to that.
And I think it's more of our common interest. Yes. There's no permanent friend and no permanent enemy.
Exactly.
It's just interest.
Just common interest.
So we saw stories from River State, Kano State, even in Abuja here, other states, and I'm overwhelmed. Nigeria is indeed a big space to contain, to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just yesterday, we did talk about the Asurok, the lady who worked at the presidency, who was gruesomely murdered.
Yeah.
Now, police have arrested suspect over the murder of Asurok director. The FCT Police Command says it has arrested a suspect in connection with the murder of Letitia Dagan, an assistant director in Asurok. For 7 years, Dagan from Plateau State worked in her office on Monday, February 17th till 8 p.m. But by 11 p.m., she was gruesomely murdered in her apartment by unidentified person. The FCT Criminal Investigation Department says preliminary investigation shows that the suspect allegedly conspired with some others who are still on the run. Wow. So there's someone now. There's a suspect now.
There's a suspect now.
You know, yesterday we were talking about it, and then it seemed like we're taking it too personal and everything.
Exactly.
But now I'm excited. The Nigerian police force is doing something about it, and there's a suspect.
Yes, I'm very, very happy.
You don't go ahead and murder someone gruesomely like that. You don't
Exactly.
even murder someone.
Yeah, not
Talk
talk
more
of
gruesome murder.
I don't know why there's so much murders and stuff in Nigeria right now. So much insecurity. I don't know. I don't really know how we came to this place. You know, it's not even something that we can pretend about. It's right there in our faces, and a lot of work just needs to be done. Definitely.
A lot of work indeed needs to be done and then I'm wondering how is this woman's family feeling about this? Her children, her husband, and then I'm wondering how did we even get here in the first place?
How did we get here? And then as much as we're even talking about getting here and all of that, what is being done about it? Apart from the fact that they're arresting these suspects,
and then others are on the run.
Exactly. What other steps are we taking to make sure that stuff like this does not reoccur? Because it's just wrong. It's totally wrong.
I guess we should just go ahead and have faith in the Nigerian police, just with hopes that somehow, with whatever measures they are putting in place, somehow they're going to try as much as possible to curb the rate at which we keep recording crimes, insecurity, robbery, banditry, and all of that, because it's becoming overwhelming.
Yes, it is. It totally is becoming overwhelming.
And then, so we're still talking about celebrities, entertainers, and the whole fight.
Exactly.
Yes. And then them taking swipes at each other. Just yesterday we talked about Tonto DK and her ex, Churchill. And now, no, I mean, day before yesterday, we talked about Tonto DK and Churchill. Now, T-Bills and Tiwa Savage is in the news again. Although it's not like he really mentioned his ex, Tiwa Savage.
Yeah, but I mean, when T-Bills says anything, we always try as much as possible to see whether he's trying to say something to Tiwa. He never actually comes out directly to say anything to her.
So T-Bills celebrates his ex, might say. T-Bills took to Instagram to celebrate his ex in a post some of his followers have described as spiteful. Sharing a photo of Kenya Mateo Udo, who he has 2 kids with, described her as the best mother to all of his kids, including those she didn't give birth to. He added that she is the only one he can trust to care for his kids if he's gone. He also thanked her for being the best in his life. He wrote, "Beautiful beauty, don't need to filter, babe. I'm grateful for your love towards my kids, Khalil, Gaetano, Jamil, Bisi, and Ona. If I die today, you're the only woman I know who will take care of my children. Thank you, Maite, for being the best mom to my children." And I feel this is a slight shade to Tiwa Savage.
Think about it. He has 4 kids. Wow. And he has just one with Tiwa.
No, I think he has 2 kids with this particular lady, and he has one with Tiwa and another lady, or probably maybe the Maite lady has her own child too. So about 4 kids now, and then you're telling this lady she's the best mother to all of your kids. So my point now is, what about Tiwa Savage? The lady you got married to, even if you guys are divorced now, what about her? What happens to Tiwa Savage?
Well, if you think about it, honestly, Tiwa Savage is not the only person that should be angry at this. There's also somebody else that should be angry.
Although Tiwa has not responded, so we're all waiting, we're watching, we're on that space.
Honestly,
Instagram.
I feel like she might not even respond because she might just look at them like, see this one.
But are you sure? You know the thing with all these single mothers, they have a way of See Tonto now, when Churchill was saying his own, Tonto just went to her page and dropped something slight.
Especially when it comes to being a mother, they can be so defensive, you know. And I understand motherhood is a law. We're doing so much for these kids, and you think you can just come and just say anything you like, right?
No,
exactly.
You don't even know how I'm taking care of this child, and you're telling me. But let us not be all defensive.
No, let's not. We're not single mothers.
It's true. We don't even know how Tiwa is taking care of
Exactly.
Jamil. It's just what we see on Instagram.
Exactly.
It's just what she's flaunting that we're saying. And then we don't even know how this other lady is taking care of these kids, even if we don't really get to see them on Instagram. So I think, well, T-Bills, whatever works for you.
Definitely. Well, we're moving on to a report. It's about Buhari's fight against corruption. So we're getting to that, and when we come back, more from Daybreak Africa.
Nigeria, largest oil producer in Africa and sixth largest in the world, is rich in natural resources like natural gas, tin, iron ore, coal, limestone, niobium, lead, zinc, and arable land. But despite this endowment, the country's growing population, while it's in poverty, while its misfortune is blamed on corruption. When President Muhammadu Buhari took over the mantle of leadership on May 29, 2015, he vowed to combat corruption in Nigeria, no matter whose org seeks gold.
Corruption is a hydra-headed monster and a cankerworm that undermines the fabric of all societies.
This was clearly indicated in the arrest of Colonel Dasuki, retired, the then National Security Advisor of President Jonathan, who was charged to court by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over the massive scam in weapons and defense procurement that led to the misuse of 3 trillion naira defense budget since 2011 under the guise of fighting the notorious Boko Haram menace. 5 years later, the president's anti-corruption drive is yielding laudable results, redeeming the country's dented image in the eyes of international communities. Corruption is the greatest obstacle preventing Nigeria from achieving its enormous potential. It drains billions of dollars each year from the country's economy, stifles development, and weakens the social contracts between the government and its people.
President Muhammadu Buhari as a person has begun a fight. At least if you are going to a journey, you need to start. At least the man has taken a giant step. In fact, in the history of Nigeria, there is no any president that has fought this way.
In 2012, Nigeria was estimated to have lost over $400 billion to corruption since independence in 1960, indicating that both past military regimes and civil administrations are culprits of corruption. An assumption of power, President Muhammadu Buhari declared anti-graft war against all forms of corruption in Nigeria, which has remained top priority for his government.
Our frontline anti-corruption agencies, namely the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC), the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB), and the Code of Conduct Tribunal (CCT), have become revitalized and more proactive in the pursuit of perpetrators of corrupt practices, irrespective of their social status and political persuasion.
His administration has worked more closely with the US, the UK, and various Middle Eastern countries to seize and repatriate assets from public officials that are suspected to have been purchased with illicit funds. Nigeria's leading anti-corruption agency, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, has also become more active. The Anti-Graft Agency has launched a series of investigations into former high-ranking public officials from previous administrations, former cabinet officials, state governors, and senior civil servants, with more sent to jail. He set in motion the Treasury Single Account to regulate the level of accountability and transparency in the financial resources of the government.
Effective application of TSA and the bank verification number BVN, we have been able to remove 23,000 ghost workers from our payroll, thereby saving billions that would have been stolen.
Buhari has made it difficult for corrupt officials to perpetrate their acts of corruption. This is a strong warning to corrupt officials and enemies of Nigeria that the quest to rid Nigeria of corruption is a task that must be done under the present administration.
Muhammadu Buhari is trying his own best to redefine the system of the corruption. He tries his own best to make everything in order to wipe all the bad leaders that they already put Nigeria into the system that is not in order.
The anti-corruption fight is a success. Nigeria is being launched from the era of corruption, when corruption was a political culture, to this era the president has made anti-corruption and evidence-based leadership.
taking a lot of steps towards curbing corruption. Corruption is a lot. Remember yesterday, somebody said that corruption is the reason for coronavirus.
Of course, the EFCC boss actually did say corruption is responsible for, is the cause of coronavirus.
So yes, corruption is the cause of a lot of things. I don't feel like insecurity, a lot of things, even political thuggery, election rigging, is all corruption.
And then the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, his first tenure and now the second one, I feel he's fighting really hard to clamp down on corrupt officials, not just government officials, anybody who's corrupt at all.
Yeah.
Because the fear of President Muhammadu Buhari is the beginning of wisdom.
Beginning of no corruption. Meanwhile, as usual, we bring you healthy living, healthy tips, and today is all about foods that children can eat to boost their brains. I wish they told us about foods that we can eat to boost our brains.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe my IQ would be a lot higher than this.
Yeah, but meanwhile, let's get to healthy living. It's food that children should eat to boost their brains, and we'll be right back after this.
Welcome to another episode of Healthy Living. Eating healthy obviously has many positive benefits to both your body and mind. When we eat well, we feel good for it. And when we feel good, we are much happier and productive people. This cycle then affects your work, your relationships, and your overall life in general. It therefore makes sense to eat the healthiest things and reap the benefits of doing so. These are the 5 healthiest foods on earth. Why have these foods been chosen as the healthiest? The 5 healthiest foods we have chosen may not make it onto everybody's list, and you may even think differently. However, these foods have the essential vitamins and minerals the human body needs to function at its best. Plus, as an added incentive, all of them are delicious and will be a pleasure to eat. Spinach. Spinach is a nutrient-dense superfood, and thanks to its increase in popularity, it is readily available in nearly all supermarkets, whether fresh, frozen, or even canned, as our pipe-smoking sailor friends prefer it. Spinach is one of the healthiest foods on the planet. It is packed with energy whilst low in calories. It is also a great source of vitamin A, K, and essential folate. Garlic. It may make your breath smell, but trust us, the benefits it provides are well worth it. Garlic has been used to fight diseases for hundreds of years now, as it inhibits the growth of bacteria. It also lowers cholesterol, blood pressure, and is a powerful anti-inflammatory. So look past the smell, buy some mouthwash, and get yourself some garlic. Lemons. Lemons have been widely regarded in the health industry as the world's healthiest food. The sour food is an alkalizing power food. They have strong anti-inflammatory qualities and can even help to inhibit the growth of cancer cells. They aid both the liver and bowels, and also have the same amount of vitamin C as an orange. Beetroots. The purple vegetable is sometimes overlooked when it comes to being one of the healthiest foods available, but there are arguments that it could still be a superfood, and we agree. Beetroot is good for the brain and can lower blood pressure. Recent health claims even state that it boosts exercise performance and can even help to prevent dementia. This root vegetable is filled with folate, magnesium, and vitamin C, so start adding it to your salads from now on. Avocado. The benefits to eating this alligator pear are the lowering of cholesterol and triglyceride levels. They protect your eyes, relieve symptoms of arthritis, and may help to prevent cancer. So if you haven't tried it, please do. And if you didn't like it, maybe give it another chance. Nowadays, eating healthy is a lot easier than it used to be. And that is the much we have for you on today's episode of Healthy Living.
You nice. Me never care what them bad mouth say. You have to be the truth. Now them they lie. For you girl, I run another man race. Another better way. Me I go move to the girl. Me I gal. Me never care what them bad mood say. Me I go move to the gal. Me I must move to the gal. Me never care what them bad mood say. Gally, yo my gally, I can't wait to make you family. You freak me out, you do me nicely. Gally, you're the greatest Muhammad Ali. Actually, you're sweeter than most. I can never get enough. Baby, you're my star, you're my I go give you keys to my banana, the banana. I am super, baby, answer now. Gucci, mommy, I speaking there, I don't understand. Girl, you good. Girl, you nice. You always make me crazy. I want to have a taste. You too sweet and no debate. See when you call, I no go late. Oh. I give you God the praise. Oh.
That was indeed beautiful.
Exactly. So Nina has been teasing us about this whole situation and a traditional wedding, even though she still has not told us who the groom is.
We don't know who the groom is, and we are interested. We want to know who married your
She
sister.
just keep posting stuff from her traditional wedding, and this was a video from the wedding, still not showing the groom. And then meanwhile, she also said that her bride price was paid in full.
So, like, sister, let us see the groom now.
I don't know, Asta. We know. Do they used to pay
Do
bride
they
price?
pay bride price in half?
I don't understand, because when she said that they paid her bride price in full, when I read that part, I just sat down and I was thinking, I was like, is there anywhere in Nigeria you don't pay bride price in full?
You know, I think these BB Nigeria stars, former BB Nigeria stars, I think, if you ask me, I think they are very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. Chloe is always in the news. This other girl, Alex Unusual, is in the news. Although Sissy has been a bit calm. Yeah. Tacha is in the news. Mercy is in the news. And then I'm wondering, what are you guys really telling us? Honestly. And now Nina is there telling us they paid her bride price in full. So, sister, what should we do? Should we now
really been getting attention from this whole traditional wedding thing? And then recently she was saying that Owerri girls, that they know how the least can be now. Then the bride price paid it in full. I mean, I'm like, yo, okay. So other girls, we don't.
But then again, I did hear a particular story about Owerri girls. How their bride price. In short, if you're going to marry an emo girl or Owerri girl, you should just be ready. Know that the money you'll be spending is not small money.
Well, maybe that's why a lot of guys always say they don't want to marry Owerri girls because of the bride price. Oh yeah, so we're moving on to the very next story. Okay, so next up is another BB Nigeria housemate. That is T-Boss. Okay, so T-Boss, before now, she went on social media, she cried, she ranted, she insulted, she spat, she did everything. And now she has calmed down a little bit because now she's still posting pictures of her beautiful daughter. And we're like, why didn't you just ignore everybody before?
Because I was going to say this thing yesterday. Do you know that Beyonce, do you know how many times people insulted Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy? Do you know how many times people insulted Kim Kardashian's daughter? Yeah. And now why is T-Boss taking it too personal? I know it's her baby, of course. If anyone comes at your child, you're going to give it hot to that person. But then again, she was crying on social media, a live video, Instagram video, and she was crying, cursing people.
Personally, I feel like this is why people still feel like they can come and insult you more and more, because they feel like, oh yes, when they insult you a little bit, you come and cry.
You come and cry.
Media, you come and explain yourself. There are people that never explain themselves, and they're even the ones that people hardly ever insult, because they're like, okay.
Just like when we're talking about Tiwa Savage and T-Boss, you were saying something like Tiwa would never respond. And I feel maybe she may not even respond, but imagine if it was this T-Boss.
Because even when before the baby was born, when she was pregnant, people were trying to say, okay, is this person's child, this person's child.
You recall that time they said it was Dino Melaya, and then Dino came out and said, no, I'm not the baby's father.
Different men, and then she was always trying to, she was always trying to defend herself, always and always. Right. And I just feel like it doesn't make any sense.
But then if you ask me, these pictures are beautiful. Her baby is a fine baby.
Wait, do you need other people to tell you your child is fine?
We talked about validation earlier in the program, right? Instagram people always looking for validation. I need someone to tell me I'm beautiful. I need someone to tell my baby is fine and all of that. Who cares?
You don't need anybody to tell you. If it's a fact, then it's a fact. So we're moving on to quite a sad story. There's this rapper His name is Pop Smoke, and recently he was shot dead in his home. Apparently, it was a robbery gone wrong, and they shot from outside the home. And if you believe hit him, he was rushed to the hospital, and he was confirmed dead. He was 20 years old, confirmed dead yesterday, and now everybody's talking about it because this kind of thing just saddens me.
See,
I mean, we're not even over
I saw
World.
it yesterday. I saw it yesterday.
Over Juice World, and now this guy.
I did see it yesterday, and then I'm like, okay, because Davido actually posted, and then he said R.I.P. Pop, and then I was like, okay, Pop. And then I realized, okay, it has been in the news. A lot of celebrities have been posting pictures about this particular guy, and we didn't even really know this person. Just like when Juice WRLD died, although we did know Juice WRLD.
We did know Juice WRLD, but like Nipsey Hussle, for instance.
We did know Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, to an extent, because I didn't know Nipsey
And then when
Hussle
Kobe Bryant died too, you know, I think this whole thing with when anyone passes, it's more like as if that fame and popularity is waiting for you till you pass. The way you now pass, the fame, everybody gets to know you, because nobody really knew this pop. Maybe in Nigeria here, maybe
we're not really into rap.
You get,
maybe that's why
but
we
then
don't really know this guy.
But then just all of a sudden on social media,
but it's
everybody
actually
started talking
sad.
about
He's so
him.
young. He's just 20 years old. Shot dead in his home. Robbery gone wrong. That was the report. Honestly, I just feel like there's a lot of shootings in the US. Like we're always hearing somebody shot dead, somebody shot dead.
I think it's just their gun laws and everything.
So much,
because I saw a video online. It was a teenager holding a gun, and I'm wondering, okay, how did she have access to a gun? And then she indeed fired it accidentally. And then the mom in the living room was shouting, what was that? So my point now is, so if you allow kids have access to guns like this, what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually saw a video once of somebody in a car, a few friends in a car. One of them kept playing with a gun, you know, and the other one was trying to push the gun away, like, keep the gun, keep the gun. They were Americans, and then before you know it, accidental discharge, and it was the guy that was trying to push the gun away.
Right, I saw that video too.
And at that point, the one inside just ran out screaming.
Yeah, and they were making a video of it. Immediately she shot at him. The guy just passed.
Yeah, like it was to his core. I
saw it. Blood gushing out.
Oh, it's crazy. I feel like their gun laws, they need to find a way.
They need to regulate it or something.
Yes, because this is really, really bad.
Well, rest in peace to Pop.
Exactly.
Rest in peace.
Pop. We hope that his family, his friends, his loved ones have the strength to bear the loss, and we hope that they actually, you know, grow past this, because this is a lot. He's 20-year-old. His life just started. You know, it's so much.
And like we always say on Daybreak Africa, this program is highly interactive. We'd love to hear from you. You would like you to like our page. It's Television Nigerian on Facebook, Television Nigerian on Twitter, Television Nigerian on YouTube. And of course, you can visit our website at www.tvn.news to follow up on all of our programs. We have lots of programs for you, streaming live. You can follow us, you can check us, share us, subscribe to our channels, follow us on all of our social media platforms.
Yes, definitely do that. And we are your girls, Priscilla Jeshala
and Aisha Salihu. And then we do hope to come here tomorrow, bright and early, as I always say.
To give you the best lowdown on anything that's happening, from politics to health to entertainment, everything trending, you will find it here on Daybreak Africa.
And from both of us, this is a goodbye.
And God bless.